In just a couple of weeks, the White House is going to put out its funding levels. It's going to have their budget request. What are you looking for in this new budget? And are we going to see any changes in this new year budget?
As far as OPIC is concerned, OPIC has authority to do. We have about $29 billion of authority, which is on our books.
Wow.
We get a allocation to operate between 65 and 70 billion this year. So OPIC's looking for a $70 million allocation. Last fiscal year, we made a profit, which in government accounting talk is deficit reduction of $268 million. So for a $70 million investment, they get back 270. It's a pretty good investment for the American taxpayer.
The Trump administration also pushed back against the Inter-American Development Bank last week for allowing China's influence to grow in Latin America. When it comes to doing your job, how does China's growing influence in these regions compete with you when you're trying to get American businesses to expand their work there?
Well, the Chinese have committed $1 trillion to their development agency. We've got $29 billion. So they've got a few more dollars to throw around than we do. But we are focused on American business. The way OPIC works is we have to have a U.S. nexus of a business to go to a country. Let's say they were going to go to El Salvador. It has to be a U.S. company, whereas the Chinese will go in and they put an immense amount of debt on projects that really don't have any chance of working in the end. So we bump into the Chinese pretty much everywhere we go. That's why we have done our memorandum of understanding with the Japanese government. We work very much with the IFC and other development agencies, trying to stretch our dollars out further to be able to compete.
When you try to stretch those dollars out to compete, I mean, do you think President Trump likes and values the idea of soft power through programs like OPIC, or do you think that he would rather have no foreign aid?
Well, remember, OPIC is not an aid program. We've made a profit for 40 years in a row. And whereas a lot of aid agencies just give money, we get paid back. And we've had less than a 1% default rate since we started in 1971. And so we have very strict underwriting. There's a tremendous amount of equity to go into our projects. We're spread worldwide, very diverse. And so the administration looks at us not as an aid agency, as an economic development assistance that makes money.